Raise your hand if you're a parent like me and my wife Beverly. If you're a parent, you have had this sinking feeling that we're leaving our kids a future that is less bright, less secure, and less prosperous than the lives that we have led. Why do we feel that way? Because it is that way. If we were born in the United States of America in the 1940s, there was a 93% chance we were going to do better than the United States. That's the American dream. That's what brought my family here. That's what we all aspire to for our kids. But if you were born in the 1990s in the United States of America, you're down to a 50-50 shot and it is declining fast. That is why the parents feel the way we do. That is why the young people in this room feel the way you do. You feel like the deck is stacked against you in ways that it was not for prior generations. You are correct. The deck is stacked against you. And this is what we can change next Monday. Imagine a country where we could look our kids in the eyes and say to them, your country loves you, your country values you, and your country will invest in you and your future. That is how we turn it around, New Hampshire. It's tough in a country where people are not excited about their kids' prospects to get us all to start solving some of the biggest problems of our time. There's a boot on the throat of millions and millions of Americans, and it's inducing this turning on each other, this insularity, this being subject to very, very bad leadership and bad ideas. This is what we have to change. It's a mistake to act like Donald Trump is the cause of all of our problems. He is not. He is the symptom of a disease that has been building up for years and years. We're at record high corporate profits in the United States of America right now. What else are at record highs in the United States? Stock market, yes. But also opiates, suicides, obesity, depression, poverty, stress, healthcare debt and bankruptcy, student loan debt, mental illness. What are at record lows right now? Starting a business for a young person, getting married, having a child. Any of the hallmarks of a thriving, healthy society are now at record lows in the United States of America right now. This is the disease that's been building up. Think about it. If I say what's at record highs, you all know drug overdoses, suicides, all at record highs. And we're all looking and being like, yeah, I guess that's the new normal in America. I guess declining life expectancy is the new normal in America. And we're looking around like, what are we letting happen? And the reason why this is happening is that we've all been collectively conditioned to think that what's good for the companies is good for us. And to think that economic value and human value are the same things. In New Hampshire, what we have to say next Monday is that we each have intrinsic value. Each of our kids has intrinsic value. As an American, as a citizen, and as a shareholder of the richest country in the history of the world. Talking about the importance to having this dividend or income floor for every American. And my wife asked me, like, why is it that today, in 2020, it takes the futuristic Asian man to, like, drag it all back into the life? It's like, what the heck happened over those 50 years? And it's because we have been conditioned somehow to think that we work for the economy, that we're all sort of inputs into the machine. We have to start, machines have to work for us. The purpose of our existence cannot be to feed the economy, which is really what it has become over the last number of years. It is grinding us up, New Hampshire, and it's about to get even more extreme, almost unfathomably extreme in the next number of months, years. I am friends with some of the foremost innovators in artificial intelligence, and they tell me that if people knew what was coming down the pike, they would be very, very concerned. I'm very concerned. The more you know, the more concerned you get. We cannot continue to be 25 years behind the curve on this in this country. I know how off-base our current economic measurements are, in part because of my family. My wife is at home each day with our two boys, one of whom is autistic. How much is Evelyn's work valued at in our current economic measurements? 0. She gets a 0. How about every other stay-at-home parent in our country? 0. How about caregivers taking care of ailing loved ones? Volunteers and activists try to do something positive. Most coaches and mentors try to help our kids. Most artists, no offense artists. It's true, 95% of artists get a 0. You know one thing we don't talk enough about? How about local journalists? Almost 2,000 local newspapers have gone out of business because their advertising revenue went up to the cloud, and you can't run a newspaper on that. 200 counties in the United States right now with no local news whatsoever. What does not function very well if you do not have local news? Democracy, because how can you vote on what's going on in your community if literally no one's even covering what's going on in your community? Well, these are the things we're supposed to care about most deeply in our lives. Our kids, our families, our community, our democracy, and they're getting zeroed out, one by one by one. They're getting zeroed out because we have been conditioned to think that if the market doesn't like something, then it has no value. That's also how you wind up with responsible people saying we should turn thousands of coal miners into coders, even though that makes zero sense if you reflect on it for a moment. It only makes sense if you imagine that the market tells us what we're worth, and if the market says you no longer have value as this thing, we're going to pretend to turn you into this other thing that the market likes. Even though it's not human nature, it doesn't make sense, it won't work, and we're wasting time by pretending it will work. It's like we're somehow being bludgeoned with these unrealistic images, being like, oh, we're going to teach the person how to code, and you're like, all right, I guess that's what we're going to do. If you actually follow up, it doesn't work at all. You get there, no one's coding. If there's one takeaway from this talk, it's this: no one is coding. Really is. We have to turn this economy into something that will work for us and our families. And we have the potential to do it very, very quickly. Our health and life expectancy, our mental health and freedom from substance abuse, our clean air and clean water, our kids' success rate, proportion of our people with high and quality circumstances. These are the true measurements of our society's progress. I will make them our economic measurements, and I'll present them to you every year at the State of the Union. I'll be the first president to use a PowerPoint deck in the State of the Union. Lebanon, it is impossible to solve a problem if you don't even acknowledge it. And if you used the real measurements, you would see we're in a mental health crisis in this country. We're in a wellness depression. We're in a civic engagement depression. These are the problems we have to start doing the hard work of solving. Donald Trump's our president today because he had a very clear and powerful message for our fellow Americans. He said he was going to make America great again. What did Hillary Clinton say in response?
Already great.
America's already great. You remember that? It's been a long 3 years, but it's now coming to an end. That response did not go over well with millions of Americans because the problems in our communities are all too real. We have to acknowledge their depth and severity and reality, but then we need real solutions that will actually move our communities forward. What were Donald Trump's solutions? Build a wall, turn the clock back, bring the old jobs back. Lebanon, you know that we have to do the opposite. We have to turn the clock forward. We have to accelerate our economy and society to rise to the real challenges of this time, like climate change. We have to evolve in the way we see ourselves and our work and our value. I'm the ideal candidate for this job because the opposite of Donald Trump is an Asian man who likes math. Thank you all very much. Thank you, sir. You heard my voice, but math is an acronym, and what does it stand for? Make America think harder, that's right. That is our job next week. It is your job to move this country we love so much. Not left, not right, but forward and better and ready to go. That's just where you will take us on there. Thank you so much. Let's see a future for our kids who will actually be excited about and proud of. Thank you all so much.
And do yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Let's take some questions, and then we'll do some selfies and whatnot. Then we'll set up our handshake and
Thank you very much. I have a
request is please, at the Friday debate, be more aggressive. Please get your hand up, get your voice heard, because your message is so very strong, and you need that national attention. My question, first of all, I'm Ellis's mom, the #1 under.
Oh, I love Ellis. What a great kid.
And he is actually at school, so I came here to ask the question. I'm actually a physician and have been that for God knows how long at this point, last century. And one of the issues that really makes a difference for Americans when they're trying to decide for whom to vote is their policy on healthcare. And I think that would be a really important issue for you to clarify for the folks here tonight. And also, again, on the debate stage on Friday. Thank you.
Thank you. What kind of position are you?
I'm sorry?
What kind of position?
I'm a GYN oncologist.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. We need to have healthcare as a right of citizenship in this country. It is an historical accident that is tied to employment in particular, and tying to our jobs has so many negative effects. How many people have at least thought about doing something different, either a new job or even starting something, but then froze in place because you were like, well, I don't know what to do about my health care? Raise your hand on that. That's a lot of Americans. It's really bad for us because of your health insurance being tied to your job, and it's becoming less and less useful for young people because the majority of the new jobs that are getting created are temp gig and contract jobs that don't typically have health insurance. So we need to have health insurance available that's high quality and very, very low cost for Americans independent of their work status. I would not legislate away private insurance. I think that millions of Americans negotiate for their coverage, they enjoy their coverage, and trying to rearrange that by fiat legislative would be incredibly disruptive for many, many Americans. To me, the onus has to be on the government to provide a public plan that people can see is high quality and low cost, and then have people vote with their feet over time. You have to try and outcompete the private insurance. The big principles on healthcare, we're spending $3.6 trillion on our healthcare right now, the worst results than other countries, because our system's not really designed to make us stronger and healthier. What's it designed to do?
Make profits.
Make profits for the drug companies, the device manufacturers, and the private insurance. No one here has ever gotten this letter from their insurance company. Great news, your rates will be lower this year. You know? Like their business model is always like, and it's breaking our backs. Number one cause of bankruptcy. We're spending way more on it than we used to be, both on an individual household level and as a country. So we need to get that set of incentives under control. We have to make it so that our healthcare providers are just doing the right thing based upon their clinical judgment, and not because it's going to be more revenue generating if they decide to go down a particular path, or they're afraid of being sued, because that's a real set of interest too. It's like you think, well, if I do this, like maybe they're not going to sue me. I'm not sure if they really need it, but like you know, I guess I'll just do this. And then if you make enough decisions like that, not your fault, but it ends up having a lot of extra cost and overhead. Last story I'll give on healthcare. I was with a guy named Dean Kamen. Originally, I don't know who Dean Kamen is. So Dean Kamen is this inventor, invented the Segway. He's right here in New Hampshire, that's why I raise it. He's like a modern day Edison inventor. His house is crazy. He's got like a helicopter in his living room, the whole thing. I recommend visiting. But he was telling me about how he'd invented a portable dialysis machine. That means you can do dialysis in the comfort of your own home, improve your lifestyle a lot, lower cost, and much easier than going to an inpatient dialysis center. So now, millions of Americans enjoy portable dialysis, right? No, what happened? The inpatient dialysis centers lobbied the heck out of it and said, ooh, this is like really, really unsafe and risky. You have to come to the center and do it. So we're spending an extra like $80 billion a year and immiserating many, many Americans because they can't do it from the comfort of their own home, even though the clinical trials have been incredibly positive. So Dean's describing this to me, and I was like, well, that says it all, doesn't it? It's like we're spending an extra $8 billion, most of it public, on carding people when we could be doing something different. And it's because, again, these companies have a stranglehold on our regulatory system, where they think they can make more money off of us, then that takes priority again. Money versus people, like who wins? The money. So this is what we have to change. If we can get that set of incentives under control, then we can get the access up and the cost down in our healthcare system very, very quickly. And that's where I would lead our system as president.
Thank you. First of all, my name is Chris Wilson. I apologize to you, or I feel badly for you that you are not a darling of the press. Because I think that if you were, if that can happen more, your positions would look radically differently. Well, hopefully it'll get better as time goes on.
I appreciate the sentiment, Chris. Thank you.
My big question is, what are your thoughts on foreign policy in the Middle East, and do you see thoughts, or do you have hopes about getting this out of the Middle East?
Thank you for the question, Chris. I'll put it in terms that everyone here will understand most directly. 75% of Americans want nothing to do with war with Iran. So why were we at the brink of war with Iran? It's because Congress has given up its constitutional power to declare war to the executive branch and said we want nothing to do with it. We're 19 years and counting, and we've been in a constant state of armed conflict, particularly in the Middle East, during that time. I've talked to thousands of military veterans who come back, and they're struggling with their health and PTSD and finding a path forward. We spent over $6 trillion in the Middle East and counting, and lost thousands and thousands of lives, and broken thousands and thousands of Americans. For what? I signed a pledge to end the forever wars. I am optimistic that we can bring as many of our troops home as possible in the coming months. And I would reinvest in diplomacy and alliances and make sure that we're actually consulting with folks before we do something arbitrarily. There was a quote from a UK official that I thought said it all. He said, "The purpose of having allies is so you can surprise your enemies, not each other." It's in response to our attack that killed General Soleimani. So that just about said it all. Where if you spend more on diplomacy than you can spend less on ammunition, that is the direction we should be heading. And that's the will of the American people. I would also tear up the AUMF that Congress used to give up power to declare war and say, look, our Constitution says it has to be for Congress to declare war. Let's put it back where it belongs. And as president, I would be the last person to lead us into a war that the American people do not want. I would say, look, it is up for Congress to actually affirmatively declare war on behalf of the American people. And if you do not do that, then certainly I'm not going to drag us into conflict. I think we should be spending much of these resources on making ourselves in our hands. And thank you for the question. As for being the darling of the press, I appreciate that. You know what's going to breed my darling status in the press is New Hampshire coming up to me very, very
Hi, my name is Marty. I just moved to New Hampshire. I came tonight so I could learn more about your innovative and progressive ideas, and I feel like you delivered on that. But I'm still concerned about the Republican hold on the Senate and how you're going to be able to break through that and actually get some of these ideas to become a reality.
It's Marty, right?
Yes.
What kind of scientist are you?
I studied the brain of a fish.
That's so funny. They have brains, huh? All right, so I want you to play this out. We shock the world here in New Hampshire next week. And then we take... And more Democrats wake up to the reality that I'm the strongest opponent for Donald Trump in the general election, which is the #1 criteria for Democratic voters. People who bet real money on these things have me as the heaviest favorite head-to-head against Donald Trump. I'm something like 3-2. The other candidates are at best even money. And there are a few reasons for this. Number one, 10% of Donald Trump voters in New Hampshire said they would vote for me over Trump in one survey. 18% of college Republicans said they would vote for me over Trump in another survey. And you know who's figured out that I'm his nightmare matchup? Donald Trump. And one indication of this is that he's tweeted about every candidate in the race except for me. Because he knows I'm better at the internet than he is. And because his most potent attacks are, you're a corrupt DC politician, which obviously does not work very well on me. So, after I'm your nominee, I will defeat Donald Trump in the general. The question is, how do we get some of these ideas done after I'm president? So I want you to imagine the scene. I get inaugurated, everyone's like, wow, this is very, very exciting. And my flagship proposal is this dividend in Americans' hands that has traditionally been bipartisan. The state that has passed this dividend, Alaska, is a deep red conservative state, and it was passed by a Republican governor who actually said to the Alaskan people, a lot of oil money, who would you rather get it? The government is going to mess it up somehow, or you? Then the Alaskan people said, us please, and said, I thought you'd say that. And then now it's been almost 40 years going strong. So after I'm your president, the Democrats will be so thrilled to have beaten Donald Trump, they will say, okay, let's embrace our new president's flagship proposal of a dividend, putting money into people's hands, make children, families healthier, stronger, mentally healthier, etc. But then Republicans are going to look at it and say, wait a minute, where do I stand on this dividend? It's a huge win for rural areas that I represent, for red states on the interior that have gotten blasted by automation. Many conservatives and libertarians do not mind money in people's hands. What do they mind? A giant bureaucracy making people's decisions for them, or money out of people's hands. So I can get 20% of Republicans on board with this, and I want you to imagine the scene if they're trying to demonize this, they'll be like, this money's gonna hurt you. It's like a really tough case study. You know what I mean? It's like, I think the money'd be okay, bitch. So we can pass this in a bipartisan way, and Republicans find me to be someone that they can work with because I'm very data-driven, I'm very solutions-oriented, I just want to move the country forward. I believe we can get work on things like infrastructure that Republicans have traditionally been very much about, so he can put his name on it. You know what I mean? Just be like, Trump bridge, Trump highway, Trump everything. I'll be like, all right, I'll accept it for the infrastructure, but he didn't, but he didn't even do it. So there's more for us to do. I believe that I'm uniquely positioned to actually bring our capital and our country together after all this gridlock in Washington, because people can sense I have no agenda. I'm trying to move our country forward. I have no judgment. I don't hate Trump voters. I just want to help everyone live a better life, and people can sense that.
So you obviously have a very different proposal with the idea to give folks a check, but a check is not a job. What's your plan to bring jobs back to areas that don't have them?
Thanks for the question. So let's say you had a town like Lebanon that had an extra $12,000 a month or a year in buying power for everyone here in the town. And the money ends up flowing directly into the garage, the daycare, the nonprofit, the bakery. A lot of those places might have to hire an extra person because your demand is a lot higher, because all of a sudden people be more likely to go to your yoga studio, be more likely to go to the daycare. It's well over 10,000 jobs directly just based upon consumer spending in the consumer economy. And that's the most organic, positive way to do it. Because if the government came and said, this town needs like 10 park rangers or whatever it is, people are like, do we? But if it's based upon buying power in your hands, then you'd be like, well, we need an extra bartender, we need an extra mechanic, we need an extra daycare worker, we need an extra nonprofit organizer, we need an extra person who works at the church. Like all those things would actually organically bubble up from the trickle-up economy. Now, should we invest hundreds of billions in infrastructure in a way that creates jobs? Yes. Are there things that we need to do that actually will be directly job creating that makes sense? Yes. But the best way for a community to create job growth will be based on their own preferences and spending. And in many ways, this will be an effective way to transition some of the, let's say, fading retailers into things that the community is actually excited about.
This will be our last question.
Thanks for coming out. My name is Rafael Escobedo, and I I just moved here from Wisconsin. It's great that candidates are coming here, not like last time. Anyways, so my question is about education. It's really important to me. I work for Dartmouth College, and I am somebody who took out a lot of student loan debt to get a good education. And I'm wondering what your policies are to make college more affordable for the next generation of folks who will be, going to college and trying to pay for it.
Sure, thanks, Raphael. The first thing, there are so many things we need to do in public education. I'm going to very quickly just address some of them because I think it's important. Number one, we should pay teachers more. And that's just based upon the data. Teaching is a very high impact profession. If you look at improved educational outcomes over dozens of kids over the years, it's a massive value increase. Number two, we need to put more resources in the hands of these schools, especially for kids who are neurologically atypical or special needs. Right now, the Congress funds 15% of those community resources. It's supposed to fund 40%. I'm saying we should fund 100% and get this off the backs of communities and actually get more teachers in the classrooms. Number three, we should lighten up on standardized tests. We have to trust teachers to do their jobs. Did you all know that we popularized the SAT during World War II as a means to identify which kids not to send to the front lines? That's not the darkest thing you ever heard. And now we treat our kids like every year is wartime. It's like, oh. The worst part about it is that it keeps our teachers from actually making the decisions that they know are best for the kids in the classroom. You gotta trust the teacher to make that call. The next thing is, we have to stop pretending that college is for everyone. Right now, only 6% of American high school students are in technical trade or apprenticeship programs. In Germany, that's 59%. Think of that gulf. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. And so we need to invest billions of dollars in those trade and apprenticeship programs. That'll be a much better fit for a lot of kids than college. We need those workers. Like, the jobs are completely going unfilled right now. Now, to your original question, why is college 2.5 times more expensive than it was when I went? Did it get 2.5 times better? We're now 2.5 times smarter? No, unfortunately, that is not it. Colleges fall into that bucket like health insurance companies where their business models is to ratchet up prices every year. And then families felt like they had no choice but to pay because you're like, well, what am I going to do? Not send my kid to college? And then the government says, don't worry, I'm here to help. Here are some loans. And so now we're up to $1.6 trillion in student loan debt and counting, up from less than $100 billion in '99. This is another sort of marketplace run amok situation. So the first thing you have to do is you have to, again, say to kids, it's like, look, I'm gonna give you $1,000 a month, do whatever you want, go to college, great, go to trade school, great, stay independent, start a business, great. I think the Democrats' fixation on free college is wrong, honestly. And it's wrong, number one, because you're subsidizing the top third of your population by education. And number two, you're not addressing the real structural problems, like the fact that when you graduate from college today, there's a 40 to 44% chance you're going to do a job that does not require a college degree. So because I made the cost of college cheaper, did I change that on the other end? Like, no, you're still graduating, you're still a barista. It's like, is that better? It's like, it's sort of. I mean, let's throw no money on it. So you have to work with colleges to try and have some cost control. So I went through the numbers. Do you think it got 2.5 times more expensive because they hired lots and lots of professors? No. Trickier. Do you think it's because they built lots of buildings and have lots of facilities? Not really, in the numbers. Like, in part because when they do build those facilities, they get donors to front some of the money because people like putting their name on it. So the main driver, and this is tough right now because we work in this context, is that the non-faculty administrator to student ratio went up 150% when the prices went up 250%. So a lot of it's because they become very, very overgrown bureaucratically. And so you have to then say, it's like, well, do you need all of these people who are doing these non-student facing jobs in the administration, and then try and bend the cost curve down and say, look, we're going to put some things in place for you to not to have price increases, because it can't be that Americans' incomes don't change, but the cost of school changes every year. Like, that doesn't work out, you know? And then, for the people that owe this $1.6 trillion in student loan debt, we have to give them some kind of path out of this debt load. And the most clear example I can use for you all, do you remember voting for the $4 trillion bailout of Wall Street 12 years ago? If you had a choice between bailing out Wall Street for $4 trillion or keeping Americans in their homes, which would you have chosen? Keep Americans in their homes, obviously. So, you may not realize it, but we're at a similar juncture where there's $1.6 trillion in student loan debt, and all these people just walking around with these freaking anvils on their back. Where if you have a choice between saying to your people, hey, live in your parents' basement forever and pay off these loans even though you can't get a job with a degree that you took out all these this debt to have, like, that's choice one. Or choice number two, try and give them a path forward so that they can eventually buy a home, start a family, start a business. Last time we chose the banks, New Hampshire, I say this time we choose our people. What do you think? We have to get these things working for us and our families again. Right now, these institutions have become these overgrown monstrosities, and it's just run amok. It's crushing us. We have to human up, you know what I mean? We have to human up our economy, we have to human up our government. We have to put people back in charge. And I'm just the Asian doctor for the job. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. Give it up for the next president of the United States, Andrew Yang! If you would like a picture or a selfie with Andrew, we're going to ask you to line up on this side of the auditorium where I'm waving. The first person is going to stand right here. If you're on that side of the auditorium, on the far side, we're going to ask you to go to the back and come around. Don't worry, we'll get to everyone tonight. Thank you so much. We will have to move quick. What we're going to ask you to do is we're going to ask you to have your phones out on the camera app. Phones out on the camera app, and then we're just going to do pictures and go. Thank you everyone so much for coming.